What's going on, guys? DLegend here. Today we have a massive PSA submission video where we're going to be showing off some of the cards that are going to be graded on behalf of my middleman clients as well as myself. And as you can see here, we have some bangers and a huge stack of other cards that we're going to be submitting as well that also feature some bangers. So definitely stay tuned for the entire video if you are interested. First and foremost, let's start off with this little small batch in my hand. This is a batch of cards that we are going to be submitting on like in the value plus tier. So it's about $40 a card plus shipping and everything else. And the declared value limit for that is $499. But the reason we want to submit through that is because we want these cards back at a faster turnaround time. So let me just showcase some of these beautiful cards. I'm not going to go through every single one of them, but these are pretty darn nice looking faded Metal Raiders cards. And as you can see, they are pretty much pack fresh, minty condition. There's really nothing wrong with them, save for like a couple touches of whitening on maybe one of them or two of them, but these are mostly just pack fresh minty. So nothing wrong with them. We're going to be submitting them. These ones are for all the Metal Raiders cards in this submission are for Alec. So that is one of them. Let's not go through every single one of these because it's going to take way too long, but let's go through some of the bangers, like this beautiful Summon Skull. Gonna have to throw on a regular penny sleeve for this one for sure. But as you can see, faded Metal Raiders first edition Summon Skull. One of the coolest cards in Metal Raiders, and this is pack fresh minty. So really hoping that this does well at PSA, obviously. Ever so slightly off center right to left, but I think it is just probable 10 based off condition and the fact that there's no hollow scratches or anything like that. Just grabbing a fresh penny sleeve because that one was a little too tight that he threw them in, but let's do that. There you go, beautiful faded Summon Skull. So what we mean by faded when we say that is the saturation of the ink isn't super high compared to just regular print versions of this card. This one, like you can tell that the vanilla borders and background is just not quite saturated. So if you compare this Solemn Judgment to Horn of Heaven, you can tell that this one is a bit more saturated than these, and these are definitely faded because they are missing like an ink layer, if that makes sense. Compared to this, where this is like a fully fledged trap card versus like these ones are all faded to some degree. But yeah, faded is something controversial these days in the grading community or in the Yu-Gi-Oh community in general, because a lot of people say faded cards shouldn't add a premium to the cards, but certain collectors just like certain things. So to each their own. I'm not going to judge anybody that likes faded over regular copies of the cards. But yeah, I'm not going to show off each and every one of these because it's going to take way too long. This one's really faded, so maybe we'll just take it out and have a quick look. But gorgeous, pack fresh, Mirror Force. And Alex says he got these out of a collection, so really epic to see that people took good care of their cards back in the day. And were able to just keep them in that good, same condition until now. Such an old set, such a nostalgic set. So there you have it. Another card for Alec is this Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. He wants this back as soon as possible. Obviously, extremely off-centered, but beautiful nonetheless. Magic Ruler, Toon, Blue Eyes, White Dragon. Like maybe a little bit of something going on right there, but otherwise, pack fresh minty. So hopefully these grade well. There's also a Toon Mermaid that is Alex's, or Alex. And this one is in great shape as well. Next up we have this Flame Wingman, Ultimate Rare Gold Stamp, of course. For Dzov TCG, I'm going to take off this pull tab because PSA does not like these anymore. Just a heads up, guys. But gold stamp Flaming Man, beautiful card. Minty, other than the fact that it is off-centered. But yeah, you can't really see anything wrong with it. Maybe just like the slightest touch of whitening at the top there. Right there. Otherwise, I see no errors with this card, no issues with it. It should be, just based off centering, maybe a PSA 9. But a PSA 9 is better than a BGS 9. So we'll see how it does. This is the third copy of this card that I've graded. And really hoping that this one gets a 10, because the other two got 9s. And then lastly, this Eradicator Epidemic Virus. This one I pulled myself. This is for James, though, who was one of my box breakers. He's all the way in Australia, and he wanted me to send this off to PSA for him. So this one I really have footage of on my channel when I pulled it. So check. Excuse me. Holy moly. Check it out in that Force the Breaker box break video. Let's leave these off to the side and then move into the bulk submission. So these are going in the bulk TCG submission tier. These will take about 3 months, whereas those in the corner there, Karibo onwards, should take about 1 month for turnaround time. So this is Reaper on Nightmare. Reaper on the Nightmare from Pharaonic Guardian. This one is for Gobi Yu-Gi-Oh! Very nice card. Zanzara Dez. This is Dez Mosquito. And it's an Italian copy of this card. Not a whole bunch wrong with the card, just a touch of whitening there. I don't remember if I saw anything else on it. Didn't really take that close a look. Next up, we have some cards on that are going to be submitted on behalf of Keysby TCG. So we have Swordsman of Landstar, this really beat up Evil Hero Malicious Edge from Gladiator's Assault. Seal of Orichalcos, just the regular super rare version of this card from Rarity Collection Japan. Wing Karibo, the Winged Dragon of Ra, goodness sakes, from the Shonen Jump magazine. It's a promo. DD Survivor, TLM Ultimate Rare, also beat up condition. Well loved condition. Same with Silent Swordsman level 5. Well loved condition, but really cool card in Ultimate Rare. Love that foiling in the background of the card. It just looks like Cloud from Final Fantasy, really, with that giant sword. Beast Fangs, one of the original print Magic cards in the Yu-Gi-Oh! TC or OCG, I guess. Miyotoku from Legendary Collection Joey's World. This is his favorite card by far, like this specific monster, and he loves to grade as many copies of these as he can, so good luck to you on that. And then Chthonian Emperor Dragon. I think there's a few back scratches on this card, but nothing too crazy. Otherwise, pretty much minty, so hopefully PSA 9 or 10. We have a Destiny Hero Plasma, Korean Prismatic Secret Rare. Beautiful card. Should be pack fresh, should be PSA 10. We have this token. We have another Miyotoku. And Archfiend of Gilfer from the Jump magazine. Volcanic Rat. That's his last card, so all these are going off on behalf of Keysby. Good luck to you, my friend. Next up, we have Warrior of Atlantis, another card that I pulled in my box break. This one is going out on behalf of Snow Viper, who pulled it in my box break. Minty card, just ever so slightly off-centered, left to right, as you can see there, but really cool card, really nice foiling. Looks a lot like another card that I'm going to be showing you in the submission that I'm submitting on my for myself in a bit here. And then next up, we have a whole bunch of Volcanics and Crystal Beast cards and some Snake cards that are going to be going out on behalf of Obelisk Blue. So he actually wanted me to submit a whole bunch of cards that I pulled from Force of the Breaker and Tactical Evolution recently. And he's basically given me like $1 per card, and then I'm going to be submitting them on his behalf for the rate that I normally charge my middleman clients. So Volcanic Scattershot, Blaster ×3, Hammer ×3. He really is into the GX archetypes, which is really cool to see, because even though these cards are commons, they're definitely really cool cards. And some people really just appreciate the artworks and just the history behind some of these cards. So Volcanic Recharge ×3 as well, or just ×2 actually. Triblaze Accelerator, Force of the Breaker, super rare. Crystal Beast Ruby Carbuncle, 1, 2 of those. Amethyst Cat ×2 of those. And then Emerald Tortoise, I think we have three copies. So we'll do those 3 as well. And then he's got a whole bunch more, actually. So let me just find where his cards end. Here they are. So Crispy's Cobalt Eagle ×3. This one looks ever so slightly off-centered, but I do believe that it has PSA 10 potential, just based off like 60-40. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He wanted all 4 of those submitted. Destiny Hero Blade Master, Venom Cobra ×2, Venom Snake, Venom Boa, Venom Serpent, and Venom Swamp. So all these cards from Force of the Breaker, Tactical Evolution, and of course Power of the Duelist are going out on behalf of Obelisk Blue on Instagram, and hopefully we do well on those because he is paying quite a bit for grading in terms of just commons and that one super rare. So good luck to you, my friend. I hope we get you a good chunk of 10s, and if not 10s, then maybe a couple 9s. But yeah, hopefully everything does well there because I had to hand select those and I really hate letting people down. So yeah, good luck to you, my friend. Next up, we have a whole bunch of cards. Most of these are mine in the middle here. So let's go through these one at a time. Millennium Scorpion, Spell Stopping Statute, and Degenerate Circuit. So Spell Stopping Statute, I do have a buyer for if it becomes a PSA 10. So hopefully we do well on this guy and I can just sell it to him because he really needs it to complete his set. It's for 3rd grade collector. And we have an agreements already, so hopefully we get a PSA 10 on this guy. It looks really nice and really nicely centered, so no issues with it. I think it's probably PSA 10 worthy in my opinion. Millennium Scorpion is actually a pretty pricey. It's getting up there in terms of raw price. And it's a pretty cool looking card. I really do like the artwork on it. So I figured I'd grade this copy as well. It's one of my last TLM Ultimate Rares that I do have in pack fresh condition. I have like a few more actually. Not all of them are well centered enough to be submitted right now though. Maybe when there is a even cheaper bulk TCG rate, maybe if there's like a special for like $10 or $12 per card, then I would submit more of them. But for the time being, if they're not like 10 worthy, I'm not really trying to submit them for myself. So we have Millennium Scorpion there. Minty, as you saw. And Spell Stopping Statute and Degenerate Circuit, all pack fresh, pulled by myself, so really nice cards. We have Flamvel Commando. I pulled this one myself as well from an ancient, either Jack Atlaston or an ancient Fairy Dragonton, I don't remember. Or maybe it was a Power Tilden, one of those 3. Because it's 1st edition Ancient Prophecy, really cool card as well, nice foiling. This is like Euro print foiling essentially for these sets in early GX, or early 5Ds. Because they had the opposite. So NA print had really nice foiling, and then Euro print had the NA print foiling that was traditional to GX alties. So pack fresh, just off-centered, honestly, is the main thing, top to bottom. So hopefully a PSA 9 or 10. I mean, hopefully a PSA 10, but if we'd got a 9, I wouldn't be that mad at that. Next up, a Black Rose Dragon. This one's not perfect. There's a couple light back scratches, and it's off-centered. So hoping for a PSA 9 to complete my set. This is the last card I needed from the Signer Dragons to complete my set. So I'm really excited to finally grade this and hopefully get something good grade-wise. And yeah. Next up, a couple of Elemental Heroes. Just commons, but these are for my personal collection, so it's time to submit these. I've had them for a while now. I got these both from Ruxin, actually, and he pulled them himself from Enemy of Justice when he opened up a few of those packs/boxes. And yeah, it's time to grade these. Hopefully they are PSA 10 condition. There are some very light back scratches on them, but otherwise they are minty, and they're ever so slightly off-centered as well. Right to left and right to left, but it's all good. Hopefully they are PSA 10 worthy. Next up, Elemental Hero Captain Gold. You guys haven't seen this video yet, but I did open up one of the Force of the Breaker booster boxes, distro boxes on my channel as well for myself. And it was actually before I did the other box break video. And this was the only Ultimate Rare I pulled, spoiler alert. And I didn't pull anything else good out of that distro box for myself, which is really unfortunate because I pulled you guys insane cards. But Captain Gold, I might upload that one in the near future here. Pack fresh, minty, as you can see, just the Alti stamp there. I'm going to make a comment to PSA though and tell them, hey, like, Alti stamp does not mean that the card is not mint. It's just the way they are. And they are usually a bit more lenient and understanding of that after I mention it to them. But really nice foiling on this card. It's like a $70 raw card, I believe. But PSA 10, you never know what it's worth. I'm probably going to keep it in my personal collection though, because it's a card I pulled myself and because it's a hero card. And I do have the Ultra Rare in PSA 9, but it'd be nice to have the Ultimate Rare as well, especially because I pulled it myself. Elements Hero Ocean, another card that is not necessary for my hero collection, but really cool to have. It never made an appearance in the GX core sets. This is a jump promo, and the only issue with it is that this little tiny touch of edge wear there, which is unfortunate, and it's off-centered top to bottom, obviously, so hoping for PSA 9 on this one. We'll see how it goes. Armed Neos. This one you guys have seen in my mail day video. If you haven't seen it already, let's just show it off one more time because it's a gorgeous, gorgeous looking quarter century rare. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like they look a little cheaper than Starlight rares. I know they look almost identical, but like there's like gold lettering there, and then there's also the stamp that I'm not a huge fan of, I'm not gonna lie. But a really cool card, and definitely a card that I am looking forward to getting graded. It's pack fresh. Maybe it's just a little weird corner here. I don't know if it'll focus. Whoa, did it just zoom in? I don't even know what happened. But there you go. And yeah, Armed Neos. Hopefully that is a PSA 10 as well. And then moving on, we have a couple copies of Elemental Hero Flame Wingman Infernal Rage. These are going to be, one of them is mine, one of them is for Ben Hull, and these are both pack fresh, minty copies. Hopefully they are both 10s and we get one each. And yeah, be submitting these off here as well as this Elemental Hero Flame Wingman. So this card is essentially mint. So obviously off-centered a little bit, left to right and bottom to top. Not the end of the world. I will take it because it's an OCG alternate rare, just really nice condition overall, and I'm really happy with this pickup actually. I got it on buy, and obviously the ultimate rare stamp is there, but it's not the end of the world, and just a touch of like whitening corner wear, edge wear right there. Can't really get rid of it unfortunately, but really nice condition card overall, and I'm happy to be submitting this one for myself because this is the last Flame Wingman variant that I need from the OCG for the time being. I'm sure there's other rarities that I don't have, but I'm not gonna really go chasing for them unless I see them for a really good price or just in general. Yeah, so I'm gonna submit that. That's like a $500 PSA 10 as well, maybe $400, but hoping it gets a 9 or 10. Obviously the 10, but would be amazing. But next up we have an Elemental Hero Chaos Neos Ghost Rare. Got this one off Versa Collectibles. There is a little bit of a hollow scratch right there. And then just a touch of whitening at the top there. He told me it was near mint plus condition, so I'm a little disappointed at that, I'm not gonna lie, but it's all good. I'm gonna submit this anyways and see how it does. Hopefully it's a PSA 9. If it got an 8, I wouldn't be super happy, but it's pretty well centered and very nice card overall, just to have in the collection regardless. So next up, Dragon Knight Draco Quest from Duelist Revolution. I'm actually going to show this one off because I got this one for a very, very good price back in Japan when I went there. I still have to put together that vlog for you guys, but beautiful card. And I see no flaws with it really. Like, it's a very nice condition card, other than just this one little patch of whitening right there. I don't know if you can even see that. It's not even that bad. So I actually know right there. I think it was this corner. Top left corner has a bit of that whitening, but it's not that bad to be honest with you. So I'm hoping for a PSA 10 if possible. Let's hope it sneaks through, but if it got a 9, I wouldn't be mad at that either. Really nice card. I have the Ultimate Rare First Edition in English, so it'd be nice to have the OCG version of it as well. I guarantee the pop on this card can't be that high, so we'll see how it does. Next up, a Palkia GX. This is my Pokemon card that I'm submitting. Really nice card as well. Basically perfect, so should be PSA 10. It's modern-ish Pokemon, like 2018, so it's about 5 years old now. So really cool card. I'm gonna add that to my personal collection. Radiant Charizard. This should be an easy PSA 10. There's literally no issues with it. Pulled it myself, pack fresh. This is like the last Pokemon set that I opened in recent history Crown Zenith. So cool card. I have the other one from Pokemon Go. So yeah. Next up, we have cards for Dizov. So this is the Necklace of Command that I pulled for him on my box break. For Rise of Destiny, there's that classic scuffing on the back from Rise of Destiny cards, but otherwise minty, pack fresh. Scramble, also another card I pulled for Dizov in my Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy opening. He loves pulling Ultimate Rares. He had 2 out of 3 in recent box breaks. So minty should just be a PSA 10 pretty easily. Power Tool Dragon, another card for Dizov, and I'm going to have to take off all these pulled tabs eventually. Maybe I'll just leave them because for this batch, but I'm going to have to let everybody know for the next one to take them out. Not going to check condition on these specifically, but it looks really nicely centered, which is not common for Power Tool Dragon specifically, so that's awesome. Ancient Fairy Dragon to go with Power Tool Dragon, another card that's actually really nicely centered. And I think he opened these tins himself, so good luck to him on those. And then Red Nova Dragon as well, a variant of Red Dragon Archfiend, of course. Another collector's tin card, and another cool card to have. I just actually cracked open a Majestic Red Dragon, PSA 9. You'll see a video on that soon if you haven't seen it already. Evils are Dolka. Another collector's tin promo. A Blue Eyes White Dragon from the Megaton 2016 or 2017, I think it was. Cool secret rare Blue Eyes. We have Torrential Tribute, Labyrinth of Nightmare, Unlim, and Unlim card of Safe Return. Is it just me or does this look like slightly double stamped? I don't know. You guys let me know. But very cool Labyrinth of Nightmare cards. He loves that set. Kaiku, the Ghost Destroyer. This is first edition. It's off-centered, as you can see, so probably not a PSA 10, but you never know. Maybe a PSA 9. Probably a PSA 9. Ryoku Field from Labyrinth of Nightmare as well. I don't think this card has an actual monster. Like, I don't think he exists as a monster, so very interesting. I don't think the scratches are on the card. Let's just take a quick peek. I don't think this is a very expensive card either, but never hurts to just a bit of like that classic scuffing on the back from older dual monster sets. Minty otherwise, so probably pulled it himself. I'm gonna pull this one off because I already am here with the card out. And moving on, we have Shadow Spell from Structure Deck Kaiba Evolution. Silent Magician from Duelist Pack Rivals of the Pharaoh. Gosh. He's actually graded one of these before, so maybe this is the same copy, or maybe it's a different copy, I'm not sure. He's got some Pokemon cards up next, so let's go through those. Misfortune Sisters, Clara non-secret rare, Professor's Research, Justine James, Hidden Fates, Hiker, Hidden Fates, and Giovanni's Exile, Hidden Fates ×3. Hopefully all 10s on those, because that would be good for him to sell off and then fund his Yu-Gi-Oh collection, because I don't know if he actually collects Pokemon that much, but yeah. Next up, we have cards for Alec, and I think that's basically it. So 3 of these Prismatic Secret Rares, or Starlight Rares, whatever you want to call them for the OCG. This one is Korean, and it's Dark Lord something. Sky Striker Ace Kagari, and Chaos Dragon Levianeer, of course. All OCG print, as you guys know, should be PSA 10 quality for modern stuff. Next up, 2 Tournament Pack 1 cards. Versago the Destroyer and Tiger Axe. From Tournament Pack 1. So pretty cool cards. Hopefully they do well. I'm not sure how expensive they are raw versus graded, but yeah. Trial of Hell. First time seeing this card in person, I think, from LOB. I think he got this from the same collection as he got the faded Metal Raider stuff from, but Trial of Hell, obviously a cool and iconic card that they changed the name of from Trial of Hell to Trial of Nightmare, I believe, after first edition printing of this card. So first edition LOB, always cool to see. Gearfried, the Iron Knight from the Pharaoh Servant. Gosh. Let's take a quick peek at this guy because I do like this card. It's a Joey card. Gearfried, the Iron Knight. Minty. I don't know how this guy kept his cards in such good condition before Alec bought them off him, but I am jealous because they are really nice looking original dual monster cards. So Very cool, very nice to see, and hopefully this one gets a PSA 10. It looks pretty darn well centered. Maybe just top to bottom, I mean bottom to top is ever so slightly off, but it's not that bad. So let's see. All right, moving on, we have Chain Destruction, another Pharaoh Servant card, and Premature Burial, another Pharaoh Servant ultra rare. So cool to see these. I would have submitted these in this submission for him as well, but I don't think they were guaranteed PSA 10s, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think they had as close of shots, or if they were just not as valuable in PSA 10 condition. I just figured it would be not quite as worth it to submit them at that service level. So I told him, hey, maybe submit these at the bulk TCG level and then submit those at a higher rate, because those are just more valuable cards. This one is a slightly faded Metal Raiders Magic Jammer as well. But again, a card that I don't necessarily think has a chance at a PSA 10, just simply because of just some top edgeware there. Otherwise should be minty, and let's just take a quick peek actually, because this is the last Yu-Gi-Oh card in submission. Yeah, this one's definitely a bit more beat up than the other copies, so I figured it just wouldn't make sense to send as a value plus card, like just some scratches there, and then obviously that touch of edgeware at the top. So this one you're looking at probably a PSA 9 at best. So I figured it wouldn't be worth it to submit at that level, but definitely a card worth submitting. It's original Metal Raiders, and there's definitely a market for it if he's looking to sell this, and if not, then it's perfect for his personal collection, slabbed up and protected. There you have it. And then lastly, we have two Disney 100. I think they're called Kakao. That's the brand. Phantom Disney 100 cards. These are actually printed in China specifically, which is very cool, because this is you've obviously seen the Weiss Schwarz Disney 100 set in Japan, but you've never seen these probably. So these are the Fireworks edition of Belle and Beast. They are numbered actually. So kind of like sports cards, these are numbered out of 100. So this one, Belle is number 8 out of 100, and then Beast is number 92 out of 100. So combined, they equal 100, which is pretty darn epic if you ask me. And just really limited print run for these cards specifically. And these are going to be submitted on behalf of Disco Games. And yeah, that's the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched the entire video there, let me know in the comments below if you made it this far into the video. And yeah, these cards are going to be submitted to PSA right away here, and they should be back. We're looking at today, it's middle of June or July right now. So we're hoping that these cards are back to us by August, September, October, like middle of October kind of a thing, or end of October, I guess, depending on when they are entered into the PSA system. But it's about 3 months as of when they are entered. So end of October is when we're looking at these coming back. And yeah, if you guys want to be part of a future PSA submission on my channel and from me, hit me up on Instagram at DLegend_Yu-Gi-Oh! We're probably going to be doing another submission in, I want to say like end of September type thing. I don't think I'll have time before that. So hit me up if you have some cards that you want to submit and you aren't sure how to do that. And we can go over pricing and everything else like that. And yeah, subscribe to the channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Content. Follow me on Instagram, and I will see you all next time. Peace.